So Logan goes to find Will.i.am and that guy. And it's revealed that after Logan left the mercenaries, they started to round up mutants and put them on this island, for reasons unknown. So Logan and Will.i.am then go to New Orleans to track down a mutant that has escaped to the island, hoping to find a way back there. This is when the film gets really, really, really stupid. Because they then introduce two X-Men characters, popular X-Men characters, and they butcher them both. The first is Cyclops. Now, okay, I know there's not a lot of fans of Cyclops out there. I am a fan of Cyclops. He's my favourite X-Men. I said this in my very first video. My favourite character growing up was always Cyclops. I know, I was a horrible child. I was very, very boring, not very much loved. He's my favourite one. Really is. I just love the whole... And there's so much you can do with his leadership characteristics and his relationships with Jean Grey and Emma Frost. He's a great character. Unfortunately, every time he's on screen, he sucks. Every single time. We're talking X-Men 1, X-Men 2, X-United, stupid name, X-Men Last Stand. Then you got, what was he next in? It was Apocalypse, sucked there as well. Dark Phoenix, really sucked there. You know what, weirdly, I think Dark Phoenix was probably his best run out. And that film is the second worst in the series of X-Men, in my personal opinion. This is the worst one. So you got a young Scott Summers just realising his powers, and he's got detention when Sabretooth attacks him at school. The effects of the laser blasts are fine. They've never ever got that wrong. What they do with him though is boring, and it's pathetic. So they have him captured, and it's revealed that Stryker and Victor are working together all along. Yeah, I guess as much, you know, that makes a lot of sense. Not really a big shock moment, but they make it out like it's a big shock moment. God, this film is so irritating. So yeah, my problem is how they ruin him here is because they've shoehorned him into a story where he's not needed. Because at the end of the film, Cyclops and Wolverine obviously go their separate ways, and I know he's blind, right? But surely someone told him, oh, some guy with claws saved us. And then a few years later he meets Wolverine. Alarm bells are ringing, Willie, you know, how did you not? And furthermore, they just don't do anything with him. If you're going to put Cyclops in a film, do something with him. Be inventive, be smart, think what you can do with such a great character. But no, he's just Cyclops. The second is Gambit. Now, I'm not a big Gambit fan. I think he's great in the cartoons, you know, I liked him. I wouldn't say I was a big fan though, like, if it was like, playing in the playground, oh, I'm Gambit, I'd be like, thanks, I wasn't going to pick him. Because he's not really for me. I get the appeal. The Raging Cajun is a lot of fun. And the guy playing him is clearly trying. He knows he's got a big job on his hands. But the script, once again, does nothing with him. When he's playing at the card table, when he's flipping cards up and down, I'm like, okay, right, they might have something here. No, wasted character again. They put him in the story for fan service and then gave the fans nothing with it. Huge missed opportunity to do something fun with Gambit. So inevitably, Wolverine and Gambit get into a bit of a scuffle, and during all this, Victor kills Will.i.am. Moving on. I guess he's now Will.I.Was. Ultra applause. Please keep watching. Don't leave. With this, Wolverine and Gambit continue their fight, and it's like a rooftop thing, and then he's doing this, and the stairs are coming down, and it looks so crap. And then for some reason, Gambit's like, okay, I'll take you to that island, and the one place I want to escape from. God damn it, I don't get it. I don't get the motivation of the Gambit character in this film. You know, I feel like I'm doing a bad job explaining what he does, because he doesn't do anything. You know, like he goes, you got them dog tags, you must be part of the bad guys, I'm going to hurt you, and then tries to hurt him, and Wolverine's like, I'm just here to kill people. Well then I'm going to help you. I kind of thought the Gambit character was a bit more of a coward, who'd be like, I'm definitely going back there. Here's a map, go nuts, and then that's him done. I suppose that'd be even worse than what he does here. So we now come to the film's conclusion, and at this point I'm so lethargic, and I'm so like, it's like 20 minutes left now. Just finish already. Just end. Wolverine makes it onto the island and doesn't come across any guards of this highly protected mutant facility. Doesn't come across any guards. Just walks into this building and confronts Stryker, and he goes, "You and Victor are working together. Give me a reason why I should cut your damn head off." And then the stupidest reveal of all time, because his dead girlfriend isn't dead. Don't care. And furthermore, you just took his revenge plot and threw it out the window. I think I would have preferred it if they kidnapped her and it was like a race to find her and save her before she's put to death because she's a mutant. Oh yeah, of course, I've completely forgot to tell you, she has mutant powers. When she touches people and says, "Oh, just move aside," sort of thing, they obey her. Kind of interesting power they could do a lot with. And they do hint at a whole, like, this relationship for real, or were you just manipulating me this entire time? But they touch on it for like an entire sentence and it's done. So for some reason then Wolverine, confronted with all these emotions and feelings and complete breakdown, which I admit was pretty well done, then decides to just go, "Fuck it, I'm done," and walks out. Okay, very, very interesting to decide just to go, "Fuck this," and once again, no guards, no one swarms on him, because this is a mutant collecting facility. Let the mutant that's walking away. Just no, he just walks off. Okay, one more thing before I carry on, right? This reveal that his girlfriend isn't dead, right? Biggest lot of bullshit I've ever seen in my life. The Wolverine character has intense hearing and great smelling. Okay, nearly forgot what that was then. Damn this film. So, one, when he's standing there talking to Stryker, how can he not smell or hear anyone coming from behind until he does his vocal cue? Right? It's a great thing for storytellers to give us this cue, like an interesting way to keep the plot going. But in terms of a character, Wolverine should know who's there. He's been living with her for at least 5 of the 6 years, I'd say, right? He'll know her scent. And furthermore, when he finds her dead in the forest, it turns out they injected her with some crap to slow her heartbeat down to like 1 a minute, so it looks like she's dead, and doctors will be like, "Oh yeah, she's dead." How can he not smell that she's still alive? There is a distinct smell between alive people and dead people. Animals, right, can sense this, and Wolverine, it says many times in this film, is a bloody animal, right? He should be able to sense and smell that. But no, they just go with, he just decides to find the dead body of his girlfriend, no, and then go and kill the guy who did it, and just leaves her body in the forest apparently. Oh, this film is giving my arseache headache. So then Victor joins the conversation as Wolverine's left, and he demands he has the same treatment as Wolverine. He wants the adamantium on his skeleton. Where did this come from? This was just shoehorned in at the last second. So, from what I can understand, William Stryker's collecting mutants to put all their powers into a single entity and create the Deadpool. More on that later. So he takes powers of all of his old mercenary team and tries the adamantium thing on Wolverine, realises that works. Okay, so the next stage is to put that into his Deadpool. When did he manage to convince Schreiber that that was going to happen to him? Does he even know about the Deadpool? There's this whole backstory thing here. I get Stryker's a sneaky dude in that. But this whole Victor wants the adamantium as well is proper shoved in last second. He then grabs Wolverine's hot girlfriend, goes to kill her. Wolverine comes in and does the weirdest stunts and launches himself, and they get into yet another fight, and it's short, I'll give it that, and then he just bang knocks him out in one punch. Okay, so I've put it off enough. It's time to talk about the Deadpool. First of all, he looks bad. He just looks awful. The design for this is, when I say naff, I want it to be the most offensive naff you've ever heard in your life. It's bad. It looks awful. Now, my one question is, why didn't they come up with an original idea instead of sacrificing such a beloved character? I'm not even a big Deadpool fan, right? Even I was like, this sucks. What are they doing? So, that being said, Why didn't they make an original mutant, like a blank slate, if you will, put all these powers into it to give Wolverine something to kill at the end? But no, they sacrificed Deadpool. Now, not only that, why have they sewn his mouth shut? His character trait, he's the merc with a mouth. And yeah, I get it, they do this whole adding in like lines of dialogue like, God, Wade, you never shut up. Oh man, Stryker really found a way to shut you up, just... We don't want that, and clearly we don't want that, because this film has gone down in history as the worst live-action X-Men movie ever. Don't get me started on those swords for hands as well, that was just really stupid. And then for some reason, during this fight between Logan and Deadpool, Victor joins in and helps Logan out, saying, nobody kills you but me. And then they had this like cool back-to-back moment. They were kind of already back-to-back when he said it. And they're fighting on top of this large stone silo, which decreases and increases in size whenever they feel like it, because you've got Deadpool over here, and around the other side they've got Logan here, and the laser beam is shooting him down, sort of thing. He's holding its claws there to stopping the laser beam. And then Victor makes his way around in like 3 pounces and tries to take down Deadpool. Then somehow Logan can make a jump from here to like here to cut off Deadpool's head, and it's really dodgy. It's really disconcerting and disappointing and boring. And I'm sitting there just going, what are you doing? It's like you want me to hate this movie. And I will hate this movie with pleasure. And then Victor just leaves the movie. He doesn't get his comeuppance, he has no character arc, but he's still the best character in the film because he's acted so well and the story lets him down. And he just leaves the movie. It makes me wonder, why doesn't he remember Logan in X-Men 1? It's his brother apparently, and he just completely forgets that. It's so bad. So Wolverine finds his hot girlfriend, and she's got a bullet wound through... I've actually forgotten how she got shot, if I'm honest. And he carries her, and they walk off together in the sunset. And then Stryker shoots him with an adamantium bullet, and it erases his memory. Oh, I don't think I've got enough anger left in me to portray how much I hate this. Why? First of all, the way they shoot it is super corny, and like he's walking off into the sunset carrying his girlfriend, and you just see like a hand appear, and the Wolverine charges at him, and 2 land in his skull, and it erases his memory. Now, throughout all of the movie, they keep talking about this gun and like the 8 adamantium bullets or 6 bullets, whatever many he's got. So they keep saying this is the only way to take him down. So they've got a gun that's designed to kill him, 2 in the face, and all it does is remove his memory. I don't even care if this happened in the comic books. Adamantium bullets is a stupid idea. It is ridiculously dumb, and words cannot portray how much I dislike this moment. But then his hot girlfriend bleeds out and dies. Gambit arrives and is like, oh right, yeah, all the prisoners, they got off the island. And Wolverine's like, who are you? Where's Rachel? Can't even. The worst thing about all this is that Wolverine then says to Gambit, I'll find my own way off. And then the film just fades to black. And that's the end. The film just decides, yeah, we're going up to end. And that was X-Men Wolverine Origins. I've given myself a headache during this review, I hope you're happy. So as always, I'm going to give you 3 good and 3 bad, starting of course with the bad at number 3, the CGI. There is an abundance of CGI in this film, and it's all bad. There's moments where Wolverine's being trapped by massive logs, there's moments, with his claws. Oh god, his claws are the worst offender. Basically, the whole film looks and feels rushed and ugly. There's not really much more I can say on it, I'm afraid, but the CGI is some of the worst I've seen for a film that came out in 2009, the same year as, Avatar. And I hate Avatar, but damn it looks good. At number 2, Danny Huston as Stryker. I've said it during the film as well, Don't like him. Don't like his acting. I think he's a bad actor. And it's not a coincidence that every film I've seen him in, it's been a bad film. I think he actually drags the film down. Sorry, just not a fan. And number one, the story and continuity errors. This is a prequel. Surely they should have learned from the Star Wars prequels. Don't invent crap that doesn't exist later. Wolverine and Sabretooth are brothers. They don't know each other in X-Men 1, and somehow even Sabretooth has forgotten. You know, William Stryker shrinks a good foot in height. You know, just how does Storm and Cyclops not remember Wolverine saving them from a prison compound? You know, there's just so much wrong with all of it, and that's just the continuity errors. Then you get the story from start to finish. Wolverine doesn't really have an arc. He starts off, you know, a scared kid, grows into a moderately nice adult, I guess, has a tiff with his brother, that leads to his girlfriend dying for a while, and he goes on a revenge mission, and he doesn't get revenge. He doesn't kill Sabretooth, he doesn't kill Stryker, and forgets all about it. He failed. This is a movie where Wolverine failed, and it's boring. My god, it's so boring. I think I've said the word boring 2 million times in this review, because this film is boring. It's a film about Wolverine. It should be hard-hitting action, full of quippy one-liners. Or, you know what, if they had styled this like The Expendables, I don't like The Expendables either, funny enough, but if they started like that, goofy 80s action with loads of explosions, I probably could have forgiven it, but it takes itself so seriously, and it sucks. That being said, I have managed, somehow, to find 3 good things about this film. So, starting at number 3, Logan versus the Blob in a boxing match. I don't know what to tell you. It's goofy as hell, and it's kind of fun watching Wolverine punch this humongous fat guy. And don't get me wrong, he looks crap. Like the Blob looks so fake. Like if he turned up to a Halloween costume like party, he would win, like hands down. But in terms of a film, he looks awful. You can see at places where it's all moulded onto his face. But it's a fun little moment where like Wolverine needs information, Blob has it, and instead of just interrogating him, they have this like fun little boxing match, and you know, with I am on in the background doing, yeah, go on, get him, go on, hit him. It was just fun. It was a lot of fun for such a dour movie. I was literally chuckling at this moment because, yeah, I wasn't bored. And at number 2, Will I Am. Now, a lot of people don't like him in this movie, but I look at it this way: he's not an actor. He's not. He's profession. He's a musician. He's a singer-rapper, I suppose, who Black Eyed Peas and solo. He took a pun at acting. I've seen worse. Truly, I've seen a lot worse where singers have become actors. And you get someone like Justin Timberlake, who's pretty damn decent in some of the stuff he's done before. He's even headlined some movies. That's how much box office, you know, like him. I'm not saying Will I Am was the standout performer, but I remembered him. I remembered his powers, and he certainly looked comfortable. And he actually added some, you know, personality and flair to his character. A lot of people just played himself. Well, he's a very charismatic guy. And the best thing about this movie, I can't believe I'm not going to say Liev Schreiber here, but the best thing about this movie is the opening credits. Those opening credits are the best 5-minute opening intro since the first time you watched Game of Thrones, and by the second time you're bored of it. But it's really good, you know? It's just incredible how they had such a great idea and didn't run with that great idea and decided to go with a revenge storyline. I'm not going to go into a huge rant about after a half hour of me ranting of this. Sorry. I'm not going to get into how I would make this movie from start to finish, but the notes I'd say are, I would have this whole war thing going out throughout the whole film, like every act is a different war, with conflict happening, and you see the fractures between Sabretooth and Wolverine, who are war buddies, nothing else. And then the last part of the film is Wolverine having the experiment, because he thinks Sabretooth is dead, but he's not actually dead, and has the experiment to make himself stronger so he'll never fail again. I think that would work better. But that's just my opinion. Overall, I'm going to give this film 1 out of 10, because It fulfilled one obligation. It was a movie. And that's it. So, thank you all so much for watching. Please feel free to like the video, share the video, and as always, leave me those dirty comments below. And I'll see you all next time for the Wolverine. Why do I do this channel again?